Hi, long time no see. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is TarynMychalMai, and yes, this is my channel. Obviously, I am just getting ready to go and commute to the office because it is Tuesday, and that is one of my days. And I figured when I get up on here and get on camera, I was going to push it and plan it and try to come up with the perfect time and the perfect script and all of these things. But I'm like, you know what? Why do that when I can just get on here, talk quickly, hopefully quickly, because I would like to get on the road and I'm starving, and just discuss a little bit about what's been going on. I am not going to do the whole, this is my plan, la 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 stuff that I usually do because I've never really been able to stick to it. And I finally figured out part of that, aside from being a serial procrastinator, which I'm so proud of myself. I've really been kicking that habit. And it seems to be working, these little routines that I've been working on piece by piece. But also I really had some things going on in my life where I needed to truly take some time away to figure out what in the heck to do. So if you are new here, and you haven't went through any of the videos, and I don't blame you, they probably don't even show because I don't post. I'm not a committed YouTuber like I intend on being. But if you're new here, I have always spoken very freely about my mental health. And up until last year, I just thought it was just, one of those things where, and it's all serious, don't get me wrong, but one of those things where it's just like, okay, you know what? I get depressed. I struggle with it. I just have to find ways to maneuver it. Maybe it's staying busy. Maybe it's, going outside more. And those things can help. But when I realized that no matter what I did, no matter what routines I changed and, little habits that I tried to break into, they helped a little, but they weren't really solving the issue for me. I went to finally see somebody with the recommendation of my therapist, and I finally had got in contact with a psychologist, and it ended up about mid to late February of 2023. I had ended up getting diagnosed with major clinical depressive disorder, severe OCD, which obsessive compulsive disorder is really nothing. I'm more of a ritual counter with mine's. It's really nothing that can cure that aside from like habits that you can create to convince yourself that things are just going to be fine if you don't do your routine, and then severe anxiety, which I always knew. And it really put into perspective why I was struggling so hard to kind of get a hold on it, and why nothing seemed to be helping me because it was deeper than I thought. And apparently my brain so many years ago had stopped making serotonin and it needed help to make it. So since then I've been on, and admittedly not consistently like I should be so that I can get off of it. Like the plan is, I don't want to be on it forever, but I have been put on antidepressants. I take Lexapro. I have been up dosage, down dosage, up dosage since I've tried it. But I think a lot of that too is being consistent with it, because the goal with me and my psychologist is to 100% get off of it at some point. It's not something I want to always have to depend on, but it's something right now and in the last year that I do need to help me. So had to really take some time to figure out this new routine, this new diagnosis, this how do I mourn, the fact that this has to be a part of my day to day, and this is something that I live with. How do I move forward? I really had to take some time to process it, to be honest. And it sucked because nobody wants to be in a state of depression all the time. Nobody wants to find out like, oh yeah, this is actually a disorder you have. But one thing I do want is help and to be better. So I really needed to step away to get a grasp on that part of my life. Something really cool though that my psychologist or psychiatrist, I'm sorry if I'm not saying the right one, but something really cool that he had helped me with, that he said helped other clients that had really bad cases of OCD. I always think the stove and oven on. I could not cook for a week and I will come back and think that my stove and oven is on, or I have to count things and do them in a certain order all the time. Or I feel like something terrible is going to happen. But for the stove and oven thing, or just thinking something absolutely terrible has happened to like my cats in my house, he had said to take a picture of how you left things before. And you can look at that picture, look at the time, and assure yourself that the stove's not on, the cats are fine, everything's okay. And I tried that, right? But then my OCD was like, well, what about 5 minutes from now? What does it look like in an hour? And it was crazy. But it's honestly what I went through. So I ended up installing cameras in the kitchen where it's facing. It rotates to it faces the stove and the oven, so I can see the time, I can see it live. And then I have some in the other room. I can talk to the babies while I'm away and check on them. And also now my niece and nephew, my older niece and nephew, have taken the space. There was one more flat in this building, because so now there's me, my niece and nephew's downstairs, neighbor that's been here, and a coffee shop that we were going to take over. Ended up just not working out. So someone else is in. They're really nice people. But now it's nice because if I do feel some kind of worry or something happens, one of them can come up and check. We have all keys to the houses, but it's really been helping a lot with worrying about it. Like, of course, sometimes I still go and check the stove or oven. I did it just yesterday, and it's just the truth, but it helps. Day to day, I'm dealing with it. I am trying to remind myself that the only way you are going to be able to get off of something is to first let it get in your system, get used to it. That way you can wean yourself off of it. And I've tried to quit Lexapro cold turkey. Terrible idea. It just creates the worst nausea and like electric kind of like feeling to your body. It sucks butt, and I wouldn't recommend it. You definitely need assistance with trying to get off of it. But first, to even see if it works for you, you have to take it consistently. And that was not something I was doing. So I'm working on that now and trying to figure it out. Everything else so far it's been good. I can say I've been in a nice space mentally, because I'm really learning to balance my emotion and sensitivity with logic, not ignore those feelings and thoughts, not dismiss them, but just balance them, just kind of work out what I'm feeling, why I'm feeling it, how I'm feeling it, talk myself through it, and then look around and remember things that I am accomplishing, and then try to be logical about a solution to help me get those feelings in a safe, controlled space. So that's just an update on why I just stopped the posting. And also was just so tired of myself not being able to be consistent with anything. And at first I was like, do you just not want to be anything more? You got all these talents and capabilities, and do you just not want to do anything else but procrastinate? And you look up and you don't have any more time left. And I was getting frustrated with myself. Like, there's no way you want to be more when you won't even get up and do the things that you already know you can do. You won't even try. And I had to look at myself like, is it me or is it a combination of things? Part of it was just me, procrastinating, but other parts of it was depression, intrusive thoughts, suicidal thoughts, being really, really hard on myself unnecessarily. And all those things can play into you just having this aloofness, this laziness, this I don't want to do anything, or feeling like you truly, truly are not capable of doing stuff. And I was just really tired of myself. So I took some time. I was like, I'm not going to keep coming on here and discussing my plans to do this and be better and that. And then it's just the same old freaking cycle. It's horrible. It's the worst. It's not encouraging to me or anybody else. So that's where I was. On top of that too, we had a major health scare with my mother. She had gone into septic shock, and we had to put her in the ICU without going into too much detail about it, because it makes me really emotional, because my mom is my best friend. But we had that. She was in ICU for a while. She had ended up losing a kidney, and it was just a lot of like pain and just having to see her feel that way when she's usually just the superhero of the family. That really took me took me down emotionally, but we have been working through it. She's been going through multiple like surgeries to help the kidney that is still in function be really healthy, and we've all just kind of been sticking together as much as we can as a family, because a lot of times when things like that happen, finances change. My mother has ran a daycare for so many years, and when you have a stent and septic shock and you lose one kidney and you get sick and you get back-to-back surgeries, you can't work. You have to heal first. So there was so much that was happening, so much that has been going on, and I just really, really, really needed some time to pause and get situated and put myself first, put my family first, and really get into my head that nothing changes without pure effort and acknowledgement of what needs to change. And then I can come on and work towards a consistent level of things. And then I can go back to planning stuff. And that's another thing I would want to do, YouTube and this and that. And I understand I like to do things on a whim or when it makes me feel good, but you also do have to plan things, because sometimes if you don't, you're not going to stick to it. You're going to be all over the place. You're going to ramble like I am now. But this is just one of those videos where I want to ramble. I kind of want to just get everything out, and I'm in a rush as it is. But you're not going to be in order to make things make sense, and have people follow a timeline if filming is something you're interested in. So I took time. I'm like, nope, we're going to take time, and we're going to really nip this stuff in the bud, especially the procrastination. The depression we are going to work through, that's going to take time. And I do think that I'm really, really, more than I ever have been able to in the last year, getting a handle on it, which I was worried about it being possible. I wish I knew what this glitter was, because it is the cutest. It's just probably whatever I had left over in the container. And I put it in these little sampler kits that I used to have when I worked for Tarte to let people sample stuff. It is so pretty. And getting back into getting dressed. For a minute, I wasn't even doing that. Hair would be in a natty little ponytail, and I'd be in dark mode on the computer, because I do still do social media for my job, which was also taken away from me doing my own social media. And I would just be in dark mode, obsessively cleaning my house or sitting around and just looking a mess. And when you don't feel like you look good and you don't feel it all just crescendos, right? It just keeps going. So I'm like, girl, get up, do something, go outside, even if it's just to your mom's or for a walk. You have got to push yourself to get out of the state that you're in, because if you don't, it's going to be bad, and you don't want to go to that space again where you feel like self-expiring. You don't want to get in that space where you're upset with yourself because now you're 36, 37, 38, 39. I just turned 34 in October. And you're like, well, no, I can't do anything. And you can't if you don't put your mind to it and you don't really address the root causes of your self-sabotage, is what I like to call it. And no, depression is not self-sabotage, but when you do things around you to not assist yourself with your condition, that is. And you see so many people with other things going on that you can't even imagine out here just doing their thing. And you're like, you know what? There's no reason that I shouldn't be doing the same thing. I know you don't always want to compare yourself to people, but realistically, you can do it if you put your mind to it, and you can deal with things that can stop you and they will slow you down. There will be days where your depression just, I can't be out today. But there's things that you can do to manage it. And so that's what I am discovering. And I'm feeling good. It's been a rough several months. This year has been kind of crazy, especially for my family. But one thing we have is each other, and we're really hanging in there. So there's that. I have a few updates, but I don't want to get into them too much yet until I see where they go. But I did apply for a school for my bachelor's in design, and I do have an admissions interview for it this week. So I will update as I know, but very excited about that. I started writing music again, something I haven't done in God knows how long. Started writing music again. I started reaching out to the people that I worked with musically in the past and trying to set things up. I also have been prepping to link up with my cousins. Their father is a musician, and me and my cousins had ran into him at this really nice like live local artist show here in Ohio. And we were like, wait a minute, that's our cousin's dad, and doesn't he do music? And we all kind of caught up. And I sent him my last EP I put out, and he reached out to my cousin who he has children with. And he's like, I can definitely get you back in the groove of doing shows and putting out your original music. It's really time. And so I sent the track list. We've been in communication. So I'm really hoping that with the spring and summer that I'm really kind of just snowballing back into music. I'm excited about it again. So that is the first good sign. When I'm not excited about music, I won't do it. I don't like to force anything, even filming any of it. So I'm excited. We'll see what happens with it. I also have 3 freaking songs here on the radio that people are loving. Like my family members call me when they're in the car, or their coworkers, their friends hear it. And I'm like, not me having people actually enjoy, what I'm putting out and listening to it. And I'm not on social right now. They don't know who the heck I am. This is terrible. So I'm trying to change all of that. So there's a few updates. I'm going to grab a eyeliner real quick because I forgot. So just give me a second. Okay, got it. This one's had me in a chokehold lately. Why was I going to say Pat McGrath? But the one size, this is the Disney collab, but I still have it. But he has this original liner, Patrick Star for one size, without it being a Disney collab. So I'm trying to grab a mirror. But I love it. Lately, I've been just trying to do like simple looks with like little pops of stuff. Have a little fun. I've been giving away so much makeup to my family and cousins, trying to get through it because I have so much, which is why I'm thinking like, maybe I should film that, like just trying to use every piece of makeup I have and just come up with fun looks, or even at least talk about like, hey, I remember when I bought this. This is what it was when it came out, why I purchased it. But I've got to filter through some of this stuff. I haven't been to like an Ulta or a Sephora in so long because I just can't build myself up right now, even though there's so many collections and little things I'm excited about. I can't build myself up to contribute to it because I'm still running through makeup. If something's expired, that's one thing. There's so many things here that are nowhere near expired that I haven't even opened. I literally have no business stepping my butt into an Ulta or Sephora right now. Like the only thing I actually had to repurchase was brow pencils. Other than that, I'm solid right now. I've checked the expiration dates on foundations and creams and stuff like that. I'm like, I realistically shouldn't be in here, so I haven't been. The one collection or the couple collections that I really want to get are ColourPop. I want to get the Naruto collection because it's just so cute and I love anime. Sailor Moon, love anime. It was the very first anime I've ever seen when I was little. And then Harry Potter, I'm a huge Potterhead, and those are just cute. And I think they did good with those collections. But I still have not purchased them, because I need to use what I have. But that's where I've been with the makeup world, just trying to be resourceful with what I have, share the wealth. Anytime like a friend or a family member stops over, I let them just go through stuff and take some home. I got to get rid of a lot of it. And of course, I'll keep like things I don't want to collect. But stuff that other people can be enjoying, especially in this expensive world, have at it. Have fun. Go shopping. I literally have that much. I even just cleaned out my old freelance kit, and it was so much stuff that was expired, but so much brand new stuff. And I had to just put it on the shelves and tell my cousins, like, take whatever you want and let's break this stuff down. Let's condense. This is ridiculous. Like, I literally had makeup coming out of my pockets. And I'm not going to be super mad at myself because I know why I had that much makeup. I was freelancing for years, but also haven't done that in a long time. There's no reason for this stuff to just go to waste. I'm not about that waste life, you know? But at least I found something. I always go on these videos and I'm like, nothing's exciting me. And at least I found some cute little color pop stuff that I was interested in. And my niece, she's like 9, 8. She really wants me to get those. Who are they from? I think it might be Milk Cosmetics or Elf, those little jelly things. She wants me to get them. So maybe I will get those and I'll let her come on here with me and we can play with them. Sorry, I'm reading something from work. But yeah, that's the tea. That's what's been up with me. I need something to put these little gems on my face. That's been the tea. That's been the juice. That's been the honey. It's a rainy day. It's a little chilly, but it's my favorite. Where should I put these gems? Maybe we'll do inner corner again. So yeah, just trucking along. How's those of you out there that will watch this? I hope you're okay, and if you're not and you want to talk about it, you can comment and we can talk about it. We can figure out a way for you to work through whatever you are going through. Because trust me, I understand. It has been a whirlwind of a year for me. Like so much has happened, and I'm just really grateful to come from a strong family, because I just get amazed how we'll keep going, and like when the craziest things happen. And I'm just really proud that we are. I'm tired of us having to always figure stuff out like that, but I'm proud that we really do band together, because there are families that don't, do that. So I'm very grateful for that, I will say. Y'all, if I get into school, it's going to be so awesome. And the content, honey, it's going to be bomb.com. So I'm hoping. I've been procrastinating about that for so long. And I finally did it. And when I say everything was testing, if I was going to continue to try to do it, the application, it was so much stuff failing and not uploading and this, that, the other. And it was just testing me like, I know you're just you're going to forget about it. You're not going to do it. And I said, nope. I pushed myself to the limit with that because it was frustrating, the process. And I was like, you know what? Nuh-uh. This is testing me. This is trying to see if I'm going to keep these old habits. And I mean, it took weeks just to get the application in with all the things that were happening. But I did it and it got through and I was so proud of myself. Then I just put it out of my mind. Like I've been learning to try to just put certain things on my mind, not dwell on it, and see what happens and just keep myself in this level space. And I had honestly got the email that it was received. Okay, it's going to take some time. Got the email right after that. Oh, we want to invite you to interview with the admissions so we can see if you can get in. And I'm like, what? And I was like, see, okay, all right. I'm going to just keep trying to manifest this and quit holding on so tight to stuff, because I have a bad habit of that. Like when I want something and I'm determined about something, the things that I don't do, which I should do more and I'm working on, is I won't just be positive about it. I worry myself into sickness about it and think of all the reasons it may not work out and what am I going to do and how am I going to respond. And I'm like, stop doing that. You don't know what's going to happen. So just you count yourself out before you even get there. And I'm really working on that. So I'm quite excited. I'm going to get up early, have me a little breakfast, because I'm sure I'm going to be a little nervous. And I'm going to do that interview. And I'm just going to show my creativity, my talent, and my passion for continued education. And it's like, these are the things that part of what I do at my job, aside from people management and admin. Why not excel and get a degree in it? I already do those things physically. I'm already working with, design and drawing and painting and digital. Why not learn even more skills? So it would be great. If I so choose, which like I said, I'm going to manifest it. If I do not get selected, I've already looked up a list of other really nice accredited schools and programs that I will be also putting applications in. Regardless, I'm going to put them in. And let's see where it goes from there, you know? I don't know if y'all can see one of my cats. It's my oldest baby. Wanna say hi? Say hi. Hi, handsome man. He lost a lot of weight because he's just older. He'll be 13 in June. But I'm so happy because he did put some on. So that's good. He loves food and stuff. I think he just stands out. Hi, handsome. That's my baby boy Magic, and his sister just walked by. She's very shy. And I know y'all saw a few of them earlier when I was preparing my coffee. Speaking of that, why did not one, but two of my coffee mechanisms just go out on me? Like my expensive little, I call it the industrial Keurig because the way it looks. That thing just, I was brewing a little K-cup because I was trying to stay up working on a stop motion project, which did really, really good on our work social. And so I'm trying to stay up because I'm working through the edits of that. And so I'm like, well, let me just get a quick K-cup. They're not strong enough for me to be up all night anyway. Boom, just died. And I was so confused. All right, so I ended up doing some pour over with the Chemex. Today, I get my drip coffee maker. I'm getting ready to go. I've been up early. And this thing does the same thing. I just noticed it was on. Y'all, I guess it's a Patrick Star kind of day, a one size kind of day. But I'm like, oh, it's on. This is why it's not brewing. It's been on all night. I tried to turn it off. This thing will not come off for nothing. I'm like, what in the world? So I unplug it. I make sure there's no dampness under the counter, all that good jazz. Turn it back on. It just automatically comes on. But you can't brew. You can't turn it off. You can't nothing. So I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So now I have to decide, A, if I even want to get another Keurig because I very rarely use it. And I have to replace that drip coffee. I love my drip coffee maker. So here we are. So it was back to the Chemex I went. I love it, but sometimes you just want that quick brew when you're in a hurry. So yeah, that was a fun morning. Losing two of my coffee machines. Oh, and two? Oh my goodness, y'all. I got so sick a couple of weeks ago. I was out for weeks. Like, I have never taken that much time off of work for something that wasn't planned. And I got so sick. It was something going around in this area, but I had strep throat and RSV, y'all. And it was just devastating. Like, I just knew I had COVID or something. But that's what I had. And I was so sick. I was so sick. I had lost weight, which I want to get rid of my belly, so I ain't complaining, but I could not eat to save my life. I couldn't do anything. Crazy fevers. It was bad. It was bad. I was like, I'm just, living in the ghetto lately with the sickness and all of that. And all I can say is, I'm cool if I don't ever want to get sick again. At this point, if you even whisper a cough around me, I got to go because I don't want to be that sick again. It was terrible. Terrible, I tell you. The worst. So, I'm glad that's over. It was so bad. I got so behind. And that was another reason, too. I was like, you know what? It's definitely time to stop procrastinating. Because low-key, I felt like I was on my deathbed. I was like, girl, you are about to die. We need to get to doing. Get to doing. And not thinking and planning and not doing. Because I'm good for that. So I feel better though. Obviously. I've just been really, 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 really trying to work on myself, y'all. I just knew I didn't ever want to come back to anywhere, not social, not the real world, not anything, and not be prepared to do and deliver on the things I said. Like, and I've talked about this in plenty of other vlogs and videos and Get Ready With Me. Like, I don't have a problem making deadline for other people's stuff, my job stuff, or if someone else needs something from me. I have a problem making promises and keeping them to myself, and that's really terrible. And it doesn't make me feel good. Because if anything, I should be one of my biggest commitments, and I haven't been for so long. So I've been doing that a lot. I've been painting again. Next video, I will definitely show you guys some things that I've worked on and painted. I won't have time today. But I've been painting again and just being really artistic again. So it makes me feel really good. And I'm just happy to be in a space where I know the only thing that's going to get me to where I need to be is me and my mindset and my determination. And I can't blame everything on me being depressed and down and anxious. I have to push through it. What do I want to use to blend this? I just cleaned every single one of my brushes, like deep soaked them. I was on a cleaning frenzy over the weekend. I just love when I have time to do that with my house. Y'all know this brush. Oh, look at this. It's so old. Look at that. I don't even know if this is made by Tarte anymore, but luckily I had a whole bunch when I used to work from them. So I got a while before I run out, but I'm sure there are similar products that just give that skin gloss finish, but it's not sticky. That's why I like this one. It's not sticky. Like you have them beautiful ones, but they will be more for like photos and a quick wear. This, you can wear it all day and it's gonna keep that pretty gloss like that. If you don't want glitter or anything on your face, it's going to keep that all day long. I don't know why companies always discontinue the things that actually work. And it's like, oh, it doesn't sell. It's like, but you guys also don't really promote those things because you're always on the stuff that's trendy. If you would take time to promote these staples and show people all the ways they can be used and stuff, people totally would continue to purchase them and send them to everyday people too. Don't just send them to influencers. Like, put it as a bonus little gift when somebody goes shopping, or hey, comment on this and we'll send you out some of this stuff. Like, it's so many ways to market it. You could do it. Also, another thing I'm really enjoying about working the social media for my job is it's not just about creating content and posting it. I'm really learning the ins and outs of business and marketing in ways that I didn't get at the other social media jobs I had in my past. And I'm really understanding the full depth of how it works. And I do enjoy it. I've been on the project now for over a year and I keep being asked to come back. So I must be doing something right, but I quite enjoy it. I really do. It's teaching me so much. And I like that they allow me to be my creative self, when it comes to what I'm posting. Like, I think this is in the year the second stop motion project I've done. The first one was only like partial, but this entire last one I did for Women's History Month was full on stop motion. And it took me so long to make each piece by hand. I drew everything out, carved everything out, planned out what parts would move. So I had to make multiple pieces for like the characters and the moving bodies. And then you have to film that, frame by frame and edit it. And I was just so happy to have a space to be that creative, So I'm really am enjoying that. I really am. But yeah, just kind of made me think about that because I was talking about products and marketing and how companies always miss their staples, like things that really, really do work. It's not always about, for money, it's about what's on trend. But if you can really have a loyal audience, if you keep the things that work for people, there's always a demographic. You have your tried and true people and you have your trendy people who only are going to use things as they come and go, and that's okay too. But you got to cater to each market, if you ask me. I know y'all see Tarte all the time, but when you work for a company for so long, it's hard to run out of the stuff. But I have a lot of different sprays and setting sprays that aren't even open, from Boxy Charms and influencer stuff and all kind of stuff, all kind of different sprays and things. I do use them, but my quick go-to stuff is right in front of me. But I've got a ton of this stuff. Ton. All right, so probably the quickest I've done. I say that all the time. My makeup until I look and it's like 50 minutes. I'm gonna just slap on some mascara off camera and put on my lip, and yeah, we're gonna head out. Came back, so I decided to put my, I ain't make sure nothing on my teeth because I'm bad for that. I decided to just put my lip combo on as well. I had to take a quick call with my boss, and I have to head out the door. This is my little combo. Beauty Bakery. What's this color? Sweet Bun, so cute. Love their liquid lipsticks. And then this I picked up for like $2 at the dollar store when I was going to get cat food from LA Colors, and it is the cutest and reminds me of a Dior lip gloss that I have that I love. And honestly, the colors are like exactly the same, and the glitter shows really good. I wore it yesterday without anything but lip gloss on, and the lip gloss was popping. It really was. So you can even see it on top. See? Ooh, ooh. But yes, so I just did the rest of this look off camera. I'm gonna get ready to go. My kitten is really obsessed with my backdrop paper. She's crazy. And I just wanted to say thank you for listening. If you did listen, I apologize. When I'm trying to get so many thoughts out, I tend to ramble. Sorry about that. This was more of a catch-up informational video for me. When I say I have about 7 to 8 past videos that I filmed trying to continue the updates, and I just couldn't do it with everything coming on, and every time I would come back, none of the information was relevant anymore. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give the most up-to-date information that I can right now, put it out, and maybe like I'll take a couple of pieces from those videos and add them into like a fun little vlog. I did create a vlog channel last year. I have not posted on it yet, but I realized that vlogs are really, really, really the kind of content that I enjoy making. When I do post, when something's up there, even a few videos, I will definitely tell you guys what it is and where to follow it. But that's all from me. Thank you again, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.